Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Aokana. Extra 1. I actually did not just come back from the gym yet again. Today, while I was actually at the gym, my brother said there'd be like a small celebration of him opening a new office somewhere. So after the gym, that's actually where I went to. And I just came back maybe about 30 minutes or something ago. And yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. Hopefully me going to that place by commuting doesn't really make me too tired again. It wasn't that bad though, it was only about 7.5 kilos. When I was going to my sister's place, it was about 15 kilos and then have to go to the gym from my sister's place and then go back to her place and then go back home again. So that was about like 30 to 40 kilos of me commuting. But yeah, this time it's not so bad. Maybe about 15 kilos, like round trip. Don't tell me how many miles that is. I actually don't know the conversion. Unlike pounds and kilograms, it's not as easy for me to remember that. But yeah, I just came back and here I am at 5 p.m. I say. Well, a tiny bit before 5 p.m. 4:56 right now. But let's talk about the last episode recap, shall we? On the last episode, we finished off the studying arc. So we finished off studying. We got to see like Mashiro in a maid uniform. I actually just remember that after seeing the save file. And we got our first H scene in this extra game. Which isn't too bad, considering I only got one H scene. God, after what happened in Venus But Frontier, I'm just so so over H scenes, man. But no need to worry. I feel like right now we are going to be finishing Mashiro's after story here this episode. Since I also prematurely ended the last episode while we were doing the date. So after the studying arc and midterms arc are done, we are actually in the date. After I realize I say after a lot, but you know, like it's an easier way to say like what happens next, right? So Mashiro was doing a cook-off, or not a cook-off, she was showing off how she was cooking, and it seems like it's okay. A-okay. Nothing spectacular, nothing special, but it's edible. So she went ahead and cooked us some food, which we haven't seen yet. But yeah, we did one part of the date already, which is going to this park which has a lot of sunflowers. And what happened during this park? Or during the walk in the park? I think we saw a bee, and then we saw a dog, and that was it. And I think right now are we cleaning Mashiro? I think so. But yeah, let's continue on, shall we? There we go. Nice and clean. Mashiro sighs in relief after I wiped the dog drool off her face. After receiving an earnest apology from the dog's owner, we say goodbye and head over to a picnic area. First a bee, now a dog. Animals really are attracted to you. A lot's happened already, so it's probably time for a break. I'm getting pretty hungry too. Think it's time to have lunch already? Mashiro freezes in place. Well, it's about noon, so now's probably a good time. Mashiro is evidently still uneasy about revealing the food she made. I don't mind waiting if you... How about over there? We choose a spot with a good view, then spread the blanket together. I think she got about 3 weeks or so to learn how to cook. I think in 3 weeks you should be able to make something pretty good. But the thing is, she was actually trying to make it hard on herself by making food that we actually like. And not something simple like, say, just frying some octopus wieners or making a sandwich, right? After that, we place our bags in the corners to prevent it from being blown away. This should do. Mashiro's face remains tense as she slowly opens the basket. Is that... let me try to remember his Japanese name. Jashin-chan, I think? The face of a now all too familiar video game character pops out. Yup. This is a pretty nice CG. I do think Mashiro is way too small though. Don't you guys think that she's way too small in the CG? She doesn't look like she's in high school. Whoa! From the profile view, I can tell it's a two-tiered lunchbox. If it still doesn't taste that good, Mashiro, I'm still gonna say it bluntly. But this is Messiah, this is not me. Mashiro, my heart is touched by those words alone. Can I open it? I flip open the lid on the lunchbox. Damn, that actually looks spectacular. I don't know what she's talking about. This actually looks pretty good. The assortment is still weird, just like what we already know. So she has sashimi, hamburg steak, octopus wieners. That I assume that thing on the top is actually the... is that sushi udon? I don't know. It seems like a fried food, so I actually have no idea what those are. And then there's some boiled mushrooms, and what's that? Taro, I guess? I don't know what that fried food is on the bottom right. But yeah, lots of... it's really nice looking. And she makes onigiri on the left side there. The top level of food is instantly visible when I slide the lid off. But then, sliding that level away reveals a whole other section. Scrambled egg? Is that the bottom part? I don't know. So that's the special udon pizza, the one at the top, I believe. It's so weird looking. I mean, I don't know, it just sounds awkward to me. But maybe it might actually taste delicious, who knows. So I'm guessing the base is actually from udon, and then you top it like with marinara sauce, just like pizza, and cheese. I see some corn, and I guess those are jalapenos. And I guess those aren't really taro, those are... oh, no. Taro, mushroom, and tuna. Okay. Wait, that's broiled tuna, not actually sashimi, okay. Not bad. Needs more vegetables though, that's what I think. Like mushrooms and taro is good, but I feel like that's way too little compared to how much meat there is in this whole lunchbox. There's lots of carbs and protein, but not enough veggies. Man, this is like some sort of banquet. She says these things are common, but I bet only 1 or 2 would turn up in your average lunchbox. Mashiro just doesn't have a great idea of what common is, I guess. Wait, what? It's at this point that I notice a common thread. One that links the tuna, hamburg steak, and boiled taro lining the lunchbox. They're all... Damn you, Naruto flashbacks! I still remember this, even though this was a couple episodes ago.
ひなたくんはよく食べるの？ハンバーグ。あ、煮物？
Oh, that's actually new dialogue. The things I told the other girls about. It'd be easy to assume this is all a coincidence, but I know Mashiro is the kind of girl who puts in way more effort than necessary. I figured she asked Misaki and the others to find out what I like.
つまり言うことを聞いて勤勉でよく気がついてフリフリのワンピースみたいな服を着ている女の子。
I feel like it's way too much effort trying to actually ask your friends to do this and not just ask the person yourself, but like I said, the way I approach romance, I guess, is just a lot too logical and just not something that I I would personally do. But I could understand some people doing this. A lot of people that I know are pretty much shy when they're with their crush or with their date. Maybe she asked for help with her outfit too. Everyone's been helping Mashiro prepare for her date. Suddenly, everything that's happened over the last week makes a whole lot more sense. Did you make all this?
はい、全部私が作りました。
She says that with a smile. It's only now I realize there's a band-aid on her left hand. Considering the large variety of food in this lunchbox, she must have worked long and hard to make it all. Thank you, Mashiro. I can tell just how much this date means to her, and that makes me happier than ever.
で、まだ食べてないのにお礼ですか？
Good point. Let's dig in.
はい。
I'll start with the hamburg steak.
ふつつかなおかずですが。
Mashiro stutters through her nerves as I reach out my chopsticks. Ah! As I try to lift the hamburg steak, it splits in two and falls away. My bad. I must have pinched too hard. The food fell onto my pants, so I immediately pick it up and toss it in my mouth. Mmm, this is good. So juicy. Mashiro?
はい。
You okay? Seemed like you were spacing out there.
いえ、それよりこれで拭いてください。
She pulls out a tissue and wipes at the spot the hamburg steak landed. It didn't make much of a mess, so it'll probably come straight out in the wash. Thanks.
いえ。あ、次はこれとかどうですか？
Maybe it's actually a lot mushier than you think, or, you know, yeah. I thought it was supposed to be juicy hamburg steak. I shift my attention back to the lunchbox. Can't say I ever expected to have broiled tuna for lunch. That's way too, like, expensive for just a normal lunch, to be honest. Especially with how much tuna there seems to be.
運よく取れたてのマグロが手に入ったので、せっかくならお弁当に入れちゃおうと思って。
Ah, I see. Doesn't Okoze's family run a sushi restaurant?
このマグロには専用のタレがあるので、今かけちゃいますね。
Mashiro takes out a small container and dribbles sauce from it over the tuna.
ではこれを。
Then, she proceeds to lift the sauce tuna with her fork.
先輩。口を開けてください。
The tuna doesn't look as appetizing in the CG, not gonna lie. Probably because you don't see the marbling. It looks just like meatloaf. Kind of a shame. Huh?
私が食べさせてあげますから、口を開けてください。
Okay. I do what Mashiro commands, my face bright red from ear to ear.
どうぞ。
She feeds me her broiled tuna. I fight back any confusion I may have been feeling to focus on the tuna as it enters my mouth. Yeah, this is delicious. I don't know why, but I can't really bring myself to face Mashiro. Maybe I'm embarrassed.
それはよかったです。
And she's talking in her characteristic shy stutter as well. I can feel my cheeks starting to burn up. Is my face already as red as Mashiro's? Ugh. I can't believe her feeding me as the two of us too embarrassed to look each other in the eye.
先輩。
She's the first one to speak.
すみません。手作りのお弁当を自分で食べさせてあげるっていうのに憧れてたんですけど。
I don't think that's a problem, really. Mashiro starts toying with her fork in a depressed manner.
無理に食べさせるみたいになってしまいました。
You don't need to apologize. I was just surprised. Really. It was embarrassing, but I enjoyed it. The energy bounces back into Mashiro's face as she stares at me. Still not voice acting that laugh, man. The two of us let out our embarrassment through awkward giggles. At this rate, we'll stay here, acting all lovey-dovey until the sun goes down. Well, anyway, how about you feed me some more?
先輩、恥ずかしいんじゃなかったんですか？
Nah, I'm over it.
そうですか。まあ言い出したのは私ですからね。わかりました。
Knowing that I'm over my embarrassment seems to help Mashiro return to normal as well. I'd like some of that taro next.
でしたら、この里芋を。
Yeah, I'm not voice acting that. I always feel that it's actually awkward in anime, like they do the ah thing. Like you can just open your mouth without saying anything. I felt fine until I opened my mouth, but the moment I locked eyes with Mashiro, the embarrassment surged within me. Luckily, Mashiro doesn't hold back. Her hand slowly inches forward. My cheeks are burning again, but at least the taro reached my mouth safely. Yeah, this is great. My heart's pounding so fast that I can't exactly focus on what I'm eating. But I can at least tell that the taro is just the right softness. Plus, it's bursting with flavor.
よかったです。
The two of us are acting way too shy.
ちょっとこれ、慣れてきました。
You are? Her face was crimson mere moments ago, but now she's back to her usual old self. Is this what they mean by girls being quick to adapt?
はい。なので次行っちゃいますよ。
Keep in mind, we are still being followed by Misaki and everyone else. So they're probably spying on us while we're eating lunch here. Okay.
次はうどんピザです。
Yeah, see, that is the udon pizza. Yeah, it's probably udon as the base. I think the udon is not fried. I don't know, it might be fried. It might be like baked in the oven. Yeah, they probably use udon that is not boiled in water. Like, you know, the strands of udon that are not boiled in water. So they just put the udon batter as the base and then they slather marinara sauce, cheese, corn, and jalapenos. That's really weird. Apparently the time has come for me to eat the most odd item inside the lunchbox. That's the one I was most curious about. Do you make the dough from udon flour or something?
はい。普通のピザと違ってオーブンではなくフライパンで作るんです。
Wow, that must be a lot of oil. Interesting. Did she like deep fry that? Or, you know, pan fry it? Mashiro lifts the udon pizza up with her fork as she explains the concept. Then she gives me a full smile.
じゃあ行きますよ。はい。
That's like a carb bomb because of how much flour that is. Not enough protein, but I guess we have a lot of protein on the side. Not on this pizza, I mean. Yeah, not voice acting that, Messiah. This time, I'm all too aware that I'm being fed. However, that somehow leads into me focusing more on the flavor of the udon pizza. Ngah! There's an explosion of flavor inside my mouth.
先輩、もしかしてお口に合いませんでしたか?
No, it's amazing, sure. It might be amazing, I don't know. From the way she explains it, it doesn't seem to be that, like, well thought out. I was worried about how it looked, but it really just tastes like good pizza. Never judge a book by its cover, as they say. Mashiro's delight is painted across her face. Then again, I do just eat like regular old frozen pizza sometimes, so this is probably way better than that. This is definitely something you wouldn't find in a normal lunchbox. I think making a pizza out of udon is something that fits you perfectly.
実は自信作だったりするので、美味しいって言ってもらえて嬉しいです。
Come on, you should have some.
はい。
Mashiro takes a bite of her pizza, marking the first time she's eaten around me today. You could probably, like, feed her too or something, Messiah. Oh, sorry. I actually thought she was done after saying oishi the first time. Told you so.
味見した時より美味しく感じるのは先輩に褒めてもらえたからかもしれませんね。
She says with a shy giggle. Can I have one of those rice balls next?
いいですよ。はい。
Mashiro snaps her fork into a rice ball and brings it right up to my mouth. I don't think that's actually a good idea. You could probably just use your hands on this one. It's kind of weird using a fork on a rice ball. I'm not doing your stupid sound effects, Messiah. Is that udon in there? Oh my god, another carp bomb?
それ大当たりです。
The special Shito thin noodles go strangely well with the rice ball, both in terms of texture and taste. Delicious again. It might be delicious, but I don't know. I feel like this meal is not balanced correctly. There's way too many carbs. Well, too many carbs and also lots of protein. I don't know. I feel like there's actually way too much food in this whole lunchbox. Especially considering Mashiro probably won't be eating half of it. Probably like 1/3. Since, you know, girls have smaller portions usually.
Oh, senpai.
Yeah?
そのまま動かないでください。
Oh, this is that moment where there's like a grain of rice on my mouth or something, and then the girl's gonna pick it up. Mashiro is staring at me. By the time I realize her face is closing in on mine, there we go. Well, okay, usually you don't really do it this aggressively, but okay. You surprised me, Mashiro. You were definitely a lot bolder than I thought. You can definitely tell that I'm a bit surprised when I kind of speed up my speech pattern. Whoa! Mashiro has licked something off to the side of my lips. Where'd that come from?
ほっぺたにご飯粒がついていたので。
Mashiro's face is even redder than before as she stares at the floor. I did? It probably got there when she fed me the rice ball.
ついペロッとしちゃいました。
That wasn't a freaking lick. That was a full-blown... like, you probably... you know, like a chomp on my cheeks. Or the side of my lips, I guess. I can't say I'd hope for that to happen. Mainly because I'd never even consider it, honestly. My heart's thumping, and I find it hard to look at Mashiro again.
ですよね。私も勢いよく行き過ぎたかも。
I mean, if a girl that I like was doing that to me, I definitely would have been like, what the fuck? Would have definitely been surprised and lost my cool. probably one of the rarer occasions that I would lose my cool because that was just so unexpected. Mashiro gets all bashful, still staring at the ground all the while. But then again, I probably wouldn't be like dating a girl that would do something like that. At least I think. Wait, she's doing this on purpose, isn't she? She's trying to excite me. And to think I plan to take the lead on this date. Shame on me. Oh, you've got some cookies there, don't you? A small bag separate from the lunchbox catches my attention, so I pick it up. The mouth is actually not aligned correctly. The face is okay, like the eyes I mean, but they look kinda sad.
はい、デザート用に作ってきました。
Whoa, you can make cookies now?
まあ、クッキーぐらいは女子として作れて当然です。
Mashiro puffs out her chest with pride. Maybe cookies are her specialty or something. Oh, and they're shaped like just Shin-chan.
わかります？
Yeah, of course I can.
よかった。
Mashiro sighs in relief. Maybe she wasn't all that confident in the shape. It almost feels like a shame to eat them.
先輩、そんなこと言わずに。はい、
Yeah, see, the mouth is kinda crooked. Which is still a smile, but... she definitely did not do a good job with that. Still not voice acting that, Messiah. Mashiro feeds me a cookie. First, I'm met by the crunchy texture. Next, the buttery flavor spreads through my mouth, until I'm overcome with sweetness. I actually prefer gooey cookies compared to crunchy cookies. But, it's up to preference, really. Man, these are really good.
それはよかったです。
Mashiro's just been feeding me one thing after another. I should be taking the lead, but I've somehow turned into her pet. Which means... Say it's my turn to feed you. God, I actually had to say that. I turn the tables on her, pushing a cookie toward her mouth. For a moment, her eyes widen in surprise. But soon, she chomps down on the cookie in my hand. This music is pretty relaxing.
美味しいです。
You want another? Her soft lips graze my fingertips. She looks so happy eating the cookies, which is absolutely adorable, so I find myself feeding her yet another. I know this is actually cute in this scenario, but I actually fed food before to my brother and sister, and my brother especially, when I like feed my food or feed food to my brother, he always freaking chomps my hands, man. So his saliva would be all over my freaking fingers. It's kind of disgusting, god damn it. I actually, like, you know, bonk him in the head. Of course, that's after I got older, but when I was a kid, I always wanted to say, like, come on, bro. Don't freaking chomp my fucking fingers. Just eat the freaking food.
先輩、指にクッキーのかけらがついてます。
Oh my god, is she gonna lick them? Ah! You know we're in public, right, Mashiro? I mean, I'm okay if you're into, like, exhibitionism, but, Mashiro starts licking at my fingers, just like how she licked my cheeks earlier. You really do act like a cat sometimes, Mashiro. Oh my god, don't do that! That's actually weird! Some people might think this is cute, to me this is weird! I didn't think that casual remark would make her start imitating a cat. Oh my god, stop it! That seems to be a pleading cry. You want another cookie? See, she actually doesn't eat a lot of the actual lunchbox and just keeps eating the desserts. Okay, okay. Here. Just kidding. I pretend to feed her, only to hide the cookie behind my back at the last second. Mashiro bares her teeth at me like an enraged cat. Still not voice acting that, Messiah. Damn you, you fuckboy. Sorry. Here you go. This is so weird, man. Her eyes glisten as she eats more cookies. There. Who's a good girl? I pet her just like a cat. Mashiro purrs happily as her eyes narrow. Oh, do you want more pets? Well then, I suppose I better oblige. I pet the adorable little pretend cat in my arms over and over. I guess role-playing is just something that's more common when people are, I don't know, like younger? I mean, don't get me wrong, people still roleplay when they play something like D&D or something like that. Or when they play a game, but in real life, I do feel it's a bit awkward if you roleplay. Even like when you're role-playing when you're having sex, I do feel like it's kind of an awkward fetish, but people can do whatever they want as long as it's within the legal laws and behind closed doors. Hey, don't lick my fingers. That tickles. Yup, they're still watching.
ねえ。これは見てちゃいけないやつだよね、人として。だよね。ですね。負けた。なんか悔しいような、悔しくないような。とにかく一刻も早くここから離脱しよう。絶対に2人に見つからないようにしないとね。見つかったらお互い最高に気まずい思いをすることに。見ちゃったことも2人には絶対に内緒にしましょう。私、お墓まで持っていきます。
That was a great meal. I personally wouldn't do any of the stuff that these guys are doing, but I feel like even if I would, I wouldn't really mind if people know that I do this with my girlfriend. I don't know. I feel like it's not really something I should be ashamed of.
こちらこそお粗末様でした。
Mashiro bows slightly as I compliment her cooking. Not only is the lunchbox completely empty, but the bag of cookies is as well. Seriously, I mean it. It was delicious. Thank you.
いえ、こんなに綺麗に食べていただいてありがとうございます。
That's just how good it was.
そう言っていただけると作ってきてよかったなって思います。
Mashiro put her heart and soul into making the food look and taste as good as possible. That alone is enough to make me want to thank her.
でも次はもっと美味しいお弁当になるようにもっともっと頑張ります。
Don't burn yourself out, Mashiro. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Mashiro really is a hard worker. I'm sure she'll make a great wife in the future. God damn it, this guy. Hopefully this is just you know, the delusion doesn't go into that territory. I'm home.
おかえりなさい、先輩。
Hey, we're married now. Why are you still calling me that?
そうでした。もう先輩じゃなくて。あなた、この後はご飯にします？お風呂にします？それとも。
Yep, they just gotta put this here, huh? Yeah, I like where this is going. Oh my god, this guy.
先輩？先輩、聞いてます？
Oh, sorry. My mind started wandering. Mashiro's dubious calls snapped me back to my senses.
何を考えてたんですか？
Oh, just what's in store for us, I guess.
あ、そうですね。今はほんの少しの未来。次のデート場所が気になります。
Seems like Mashiro misunderstood my pathetic excuse in the most convenient fashion. Right now, I kinda just want to let my stomach settle.
じゃあ先輩のお腹が落ち着くまでここで休憩しましょう。
Is it time for the lap pillow thing? It is usually what you do during these picnic, right? At least, I know that people usually lie down in their picnic blanket. Is that okay?
お腹をさすりながら空を飛ぶ先輩はあんまり見たくないです。
Yeah, that'd be pretty lame.
それにせっかくならちゃんと休んでもらいたいですから。
Hmm? Hey Mashiro, if your mom and dad found out about what we're doing, do you think that they'd fire me?
私も勇気を振り絞りましたけど、そんなに気にするほどですか？
Yep, kind of figured they would do this. I mean, it's pretty much what you usually do when you're doing a picnic, I think. Doesn't necessarily have to be like laying down in your lap, but you do lay down in a picnic blanket. The reason I'm suddenly getting cold feet is due to the soft, warm sensation at the back of my head. Mashiro's suggestion was that I rest my head on her lap. I just feel kinda bad. It's like I'm stealing you away, or something.
大丈夫です。その時は私も一緒に説得しますから。
I don't think I've even done this with my mom, so... Yeah, I actually never experienced this sort of thing. Well, maybe I have. Like, maybe when I was a kid, when you... Like, when your mom or my sister was trying to... Like, clean my ears. I think maybe. Don't really remember, though. Wow. She's not even denying that they'd fire me. You relapsed the perfect pillow, Mashiro. It's just the right height.
よかった。私、膝枕をするのって初めてで。
I can feel Mashiro relax behind me. I guess what I said reassured her. Honestly, though, I'm getting pretty excited. Your face is a lot closer than I expected. Ah, Messiah, you really gotta, like, get rid of your lust, man.
言わないでください。私だって気にしないようにしてるんですから。
Mashiro jerks her head away from me. She looks so innocent and shy that I begin to smile. Something smells nice.
でも私、香水とかつけてないですよ。
Could be your shampoo. No, it's not perfume. More like milk, maybe.
朝、クッキーを作ったからですかね。
I don't think the smell would still permeate, like at this point, considering it's been sunny all day. I still don't think that's right, but oh well. It's a good smell on you. I like it.
それ、もしかして先輩の殺し文句だったりします？
Nah, I was just speaking my mind.
もう。
Mashiro gives up on objecting any further and squeezes my hand. She giggles as I place my other hand atop hers. I don't know why, but lying on your lap feels super relaxing. Time seems to flow by slower, which is a nice treat.
今、私も同じことを考えてました。
Even though you've got my massive noggin in your lap?
その重さがいいんです。大好きな人に憧れの膝枕ができて、私も幸せですから。
I don't think our head is really all that heavy. Maybe like 1.5 kilos or something. So for you guys on like the US, that's about 3.3 pounds maybe? All men dream of moments like this.
やっぱり恋人っぽいからですかね。
Probably, yeah. There may not be anyone around right now, but I'm sure no one would mistake us for siblings. A gentle breeze blows on by. Well, I think if you were way smaller, you could be, like, be mistaken as a sibling. Because, you know, like I said, my sister has done this to me, I think. Or was it my mom? I don't remember. But my sister and me, we have like a 10-year or 12-year gap, I believe. So, Yeah, for sure she would... Like, people would, would not mistake us for anything other than siblings. Nowadays, of course, I look a lot more mature and my sister is pretty short, so... I still don't think we look like lovers, though. Like, she does look pretty old, can't deny that. She's 40... No. I think she's 38 or 39. And I'm 26. I'll be 27 in about a month. But I do look pretty young, probably because I exercise a lot. It does wonders for your skin. The wind feels nice.
Hi.
This is so soothing. If I close my eyes, I can hear birds off in the distance chirping happily. And the whispering wind accompanies them. It reminds me of a time where I had lullabies sing me to sleep, which makes my eyelids grow heavy. I'm getting kinda tired.
だったら眠っちゃってもいいですよ。
But that'll cut into our date.
私にとってはそれも素敵な時間です。
Then, if you don't mind...
はい。少ししたら起こしますから、安心して眠ってください。
Probably not more than 10 or 15 minutes though. Her lap would probably be feeling it if we do rest for longer, like maybe an hour or two. Okay. Hearing Mashiro's voice right next to my ear is the most reassuring thing of all. Thanks, Mashiro. Today has been great. I feel someone gently stroking my head as my consciousness drifts off. It tickles, but is also extremely comforting.
それはこっちのセリフです。おやすみなさい、先輩。
And so, in the comfort of my girlfriend's warmth, I fall asleep.
おはようございます。
Whoa! Mashiro's head pops straight into view, which makes me bolt upright.
先輩？
How'd this happen?
もしかして寝ぼけてます？
Oh. My head starts to clear, and I remember that we decided to rest after lunch. How long was I asleep?
ほんの30分くらいですよ。
Yeah, that's actually a perfect time. If it was later, then you probably wouldn't be feeling your feet, I mean. I can't believe I fell asleep during our date. But Mashiro's lap felt so good that I couldn't help myself. Sorry, your legs must be aching.
いえ、先輩の寝相が良かったので大丈夫です。
I wipe my mouth with my sleeve, just in case. Fortunately, it seems I haven't been drooling.
おかげで先輩の寝顔もじっくり鑑賞できました。
It would have been more polite of you not to watch. How? She clearly has her head above you, so it would be impossible.
テスト勉強の後で居眠りしちゃった時、私も今の先輩と同じ気持ちだったんですよ。
Yeah, unlike that time, you actually, like, it's actually a lot harder for you to not watch someone that's clearly on your lap. Ugh. Mashiro sure does sure does have a great memory.
だからそのお返しです。
Fair enough. None of my protests could beat the smile on her face right now, so why even try?
可愛かったですよ、先輩の寝顔。
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't watch you sleep next time, if at all possible. Man, if someone actually calls me cute, I'd actually be offended. Because for some reason, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm cute in any way. But then again, I also like tried to also define what the hell cute even means, right? Like the past couple of episodes. And I don't know. Like, I don't know what people actually consider cute sometimes. And I'm not gonna Google that. Maybe at some point, but not right now. I raise my hands in surrender.
分かってもらえればいいんです。
Mashiro seems fully satisfied with her payback. Oh, but just to check, you didn't write anything on my face while I was asleep, did you?
それは大丈夫ですけど、他のことはしちゃったかもしれません。
Things like?
そんなの言えるわけないじゃないですか。
Well, now I'm really curious. We need to get moving to our next stop, so let me carry your stuff.
ありがとうございます。
She probably just pecks at my cheek or something, or maybe, you know, poke at my cheek. We finished studying up and are about ready to set off when a serious expression graces Mashiro's face. You have a stomachache?
いえ。
You've got your something's up face on though.
実は先輩にお願いしたいことがありまして。
What's that?
次のデートの場所までペアリングで飛びたいなって思って。
Sure, sounds good.
そんなに簡単に OK が出ちゃうんですか？
Because it's no big deal? Why do you want to do a paired flight anyway?
私、暮らしの進化ってペアリングにあるんじゃないかと思うんです。
That's a pretty weird thing to say.
暮らしを起動するときに体が触れ合っていれば一緒に飛ぶことができる。それってよく考えたらかなりロマンチックですし、カップル向けじゃありませんか？
I guess? True, if you both start flying separately, the membrane keeps you from touching each other.
ですよね。ペアリングはその壁を破ることを許された特権、織姫と彦星なんです。
They clearly said Orihime and Hikoboshi, not Romeo and Juliet, but whatever. I feel like people nowadays know, you know, like Orihime and Hikoboshi story. It's in a lot of Japanese media, so they actually did not need to localize that, in my opinion. But they both die in the end.
それくらいのチャンスってことにしておいてください。
I think that's also probably not something that Messiah said there. It's probably they can only see each other once a year or something. Sure. I get what she means, I guess. I can see why girls would think that a paired flight makes for a good date.
任せてください。暇さえあれば先輩とイチャイチャする方法を考えてますから。
Huh?
すみません。今のは失言でした。
Not voice acting that, Messiah. Got this guy. In truth, I've spent much of my time lately thinking the same thing. Okay, we'll do a paired flight all the way to our next destination.
はい。このつなぎ方、ラブラブって感じでいいですよね。
Just don't let go mid-flight, even if you start getting embarrassed.
大丈夫です。たとえ嵐が来たって話しません。
Mashiro squeezes down on my hand to show her resolve, and I squeeze back. After going through that exchange a couple more times, fly! My activation key starts my graph shoes, which wrap us both up within the membrane. I thought that sometimes you can actually touch people when you're flying, and you can only not do so when you're using graph shoes, or you know, like FC shoes. But I don't know, because I know for a fact that they've touched each other before when they're using regular graph shoes. So, I feel like that's actually a plot hole. But it's whatever, I guess. This is like not a plot that's talking about FC or any of the things that's supposed to be sci-fi in this world. You ready?
はい。
3, 2, 1. Mashiro lets out a panicked yelp as we start to ascend. This reminds me of how you acted when you first started FC. She couldn't even hold herself up straight without wobbling.
さすがにもう空中でひっくり返ることはないですから安心してください。それから あの時見えちゃったものも忘れてもらえると嬉しいです。
Oh, I actually forgot about this. Of course, they had to show the CG again.
だから忘れてください。
Sorry, not voice acting that Messiah. The sight before us changes as we continue to gain altitude. The huge sunflowers below us grow smaller and smaller until the entire park looks like a little more than a field of yellow. So hard to say. We continue upward until the sea comes into view. By the time we reach flying altitude, our view is comprised almost entirely of blue sea and sky. Okay, I'm gonna take you to somewhere even more beautiful now, so get hyped.
はい。うわー、この島の海よりも透けて見えますね。
I've now brought Mashiro to Nakahama Coast. A brilliant emerald sea stretches out before us with a fresh sea breeze coming to meet us from the horizon. Let's get changed and go for a swim.
先輩、私水着持ってきてないですよ。
That's fine. You can borrow one from over there. I pointed at a nearby beach hut.
あ、それなら大丈夫ですね。
Mashiro smiles and nods, and we walk over to the shop. Which one do you want? What's wrong? For some reason, Mashiro's face has cramped up at the sight of the swimsuit selection. Maybe they don't have her size.
いえ、派手な水着ばかりだなと思いまして。
True enough, all of them are rather revealing, and most of them have terribly gaudy patterns on them.
これを着るのはちょっと恥ずかしいです。
Let's just take off our shoes and splash around in the waves then. If I force Mashiro to go through that embarrassment, she won't have any fun. And so, we give up on renting swimsuits and head back to the water's edge.
すみません、わがまま言っちゃって。
I personally wouldn't, like rent swimsuits anywhere. Then again, in Japan it's probably a lot more hygienic. But here in Indonesia, I don't know, I feel like that's unhygienic. And I'd be too disgusted wearing other people's stuff. It's totally fine. We can still have fun without swimsuits. We take our shoes off a little ways from the waves breaking on the shore and line them up on the sand.
待ってください。私も。OK です。砂がサラサラで気持ちいい。
It feels even better once you get in the water. I grab hold of her hand and start running toward the sea. A wave immediately comes rushing up over our ankles. My feet are instantly cooled by the seawater.
冷たくて気持ちいいです。
Mashiro says in delight as she chases after the withdrawing wave. I want to take a picture of this while I have the chance. I whip out my phone and snap a shot of Mashiro set against the glistening ocean. Yeah, this is a good one.
あ、また写真撮りました？
Hey, we're trying to fill your album, you know, Mashiro. I still remember what happened on was it the first or second episode? About how she actually doesn't have a lot of pictures anymore when she started attending high school. She notices me with my phone in hand. Yeah, your white dress goes really well with the sea. I was gonna say with the ocean for some reason.
それは良かったです。あ、でも撮る前に一言欲しかったかも。
I know she told me off, but I just couldn't help myself. Sorry, you just look too adorable.
そんなこと言われたら言い返せないのでずるいです。
You're killing me, Messiah. Mashiro puffs out her cheeks a little.
じゃあ、お詫びに私のお願いを一つ聞いてもらえますか？
As long as you promise to forgive me.
ですね、恋人同士が波打ち際で追いかけっこするやつあるじゃないですか。
Like in the scenes that were common in shows a while back? I remember seeing giggling couples running along the beach several times on TV.
多分先輩の想像通りです。それをやってみたいなって。
Running around on the beach doesn't sound like fun, to be honest. Not gonna lie, I hate the sand. That sounds way more embarrassing than wearing a flashy swimsuit. Though, it doesn't seem like I need to point that out, since her face is bright red and she's playing with her hands. Let's do it.
本当ですか？
We're already at the beach. May as well try out everything you want to do.
じゃあ先輩捕まえてください。
You're so stupid, Mashiro. Okay. Mashiro runs off along the shoreline and I give chase. Wait up!
こっちですよ先輩。
These chibis are so dumb looking. Wait! Wait! I can't shake my embarrassment. Do I really have to go through with this?
先輩遅いですよ。
I'm just getting started.
はい捕まえてください。
Mashiro runs off cheerfully. Honestly, it kinda looks like she's performing some sort of dance.
海辺の追いかけっこってこんな感じなんですね。
You having fun?
はいすっごく楽しいです。
Yeah, I thought this would happen. Mashiro? Her foot gets stuck in some wet sand, causing her to tumble over just before I can catch her. Are you okay? Did you twist your ankle?
はい大丈夫です。
Your underwear is kinda see-through because of the dress. Fortunately, she fell into soft sand, so she doesn't seem to have hurt herself. However... Oh, we need to get you dried off. I can't really look her in the eye at the moment.
先輩なんで私から目をそら。
Mashiro looks down at herself and freezes. Her dress has grown transparent from the wet sand, revealing her skin and underwear.
先輩
Don't worry, we just have to head over to that beach hut. I'm sure we can get a towel there. Don't you have like a jacket or something? Maybe cover her up.
はい
Mashiro? Did you actually hurt yourself? I start making my way toward the hut, but Mashiro hasn't moved an inch.
いえそうじゃなくてどうせなら水着を借りましょう。
I mean, I guess. Huh? But you said they looked embarrassing.
今のこの状態の方が恥ずかしいので今なら思い切って着られそうです。
If you're sure...
それにせっかく先輩と一緒なのに乾かしてたら遊ぶ時間が減っちゃいますから。
Cool. Let's rent swimsuits then.
お待たせいたしました。ミラクルストロベリーブロッサムパフェ6個です。
6? Are these the girls? Yup, these are the girls.
すごいですすごいです。いちごが山盛りです。
Wow, that actually does look delicious. I love strawberries, by the way. I don't even mind if they're sour. I love strawberries. They're low in calories, high in fiber, and to me, they're delicious.
確かにすごい量ですね。ちょっとでかすぎないか。なに言ってんすか。この巨大さがこのお店の売りなんすよ。よーし早速もりもり食べちゃうよ。
Though those ice creams and syrup probably bumps up the calories to maybe like 700 to 800. Because that is a big parfait, yeah.
いただきます。うわ、うまい。でかいだけじゃなくてちゃんとうまいんだな。美味しいですね。幸せです。マサヤさんたちにも食べさせてあげたいです。今頃マシロッチたちはどうしてるかな。今度はマサヤも猫になって二人でニャンニャンしてたりして。ニャンニャンかわいいです。猫 猫マサヤさんも猫マシロちゃんもうちで飼いたいです。四六時中イチャイチャしてそうだからやだな。それはそれで可愛いと思いますよ。仲のいい猫って見てて癒されるよね。マシロはきっと白猫っすけど、日向先輩はどんな猫なんすかね。マサヤさんはロシアンブルーとかキリッとしててマサヤさんっぽい気がします。そう言われると日向さんっぽい気がしますね。日向くんは日本人なんだから日本生まれの三毛猫でいいんじゃない？
あ、三毛猫のオスって超レアなんだよね。マサヤ猫高く売れるかも。
売られちゃうんですか？
だってさ、家が買えるぐらいの値がついたって昔テレビで見たよ。
家が買える値段、国産黒毛和牛で10頭分くらいでしょうか。ごくり。
I can't believe she actually compared that to freaking cattle. So stupid. I'd rather get a freaking decent sized house.
100キロクラスの本マグロなら12、3匹分だろうな。
Jesus, stop it!
二人とも例えるものがおかしくない？
I guess in Okoze's case, you can probably make more money if you buy the tuna and then serve it to your customers. But in Rika's case, how long is she gonna be able to eat that much cattle?
とにかくマサヤ猫を捕まえて売ろう。
売られたら猫マシロちゃんと引き離されちゃいます。うわー、ドラマチックっすね。飛沢先輩により売り飛ばされたマサヤキャット、果たしてマシロキャットと再会できるのでしょうか。なんだか映画のあらすじみたいになってますけど、その映画見たら私絶対泣いちゃいますよ。
私悪役じゃん。
美咲が悪役ってことは私がメインヒロイン？
いや、この映画のヒロインはどう考えてもマシロでしょ。
だったら私も猫になれば。
まどかはカバかな。
カバ？なんで？
なんとなく。
なんとなくでそんなチョイスしないでよ。カバってアフリカで一番人を襲ってる動物らしいですよ。
カバ悪っ。仕方ない。悪役はマドカバに譲ろう。
誰がマドカバよ。美咲ちゃん、私は動物に例えると何になりますか？
そりゃもうアスカは犬一択でしょ。
でしたら猫マシロちゃんを助けるワンちゃん役がいいです。私もそういう美味しい役がいい。だったらコブダイとかいいんじゃないですか？これがまたすごくうまいんだ。その美味しいじゃないよ。おでこが出ててすっごく可愛いっすよ。おでこ出すぎだよ。せめて哺乳類にしてくれないかな。
じゃあカバ。
カバ以外に哺乳類はいろいろいるからね。それじゃあキャッチコピーは死闘の生んだ極悪モンスターで決まりっすね。極悪モンスターでもいいからメインヒロインになりたい。先輩行きますよ。
Oh, I guess this was the outfit that I actually remember from the opening. I was wondering why Mashiro was wearing a white dress, because I remember something like orange. So this must be what I remember. So yeah, in case you guys don't know, I probably just dazed during that whole scene. After they were like talking about main heroine and cats, I'm like, whatever. I still pay attention to them, but I'm like, yeah, click, you know? You catching a cold?
いえ、そんなことないんですけど、誰か噂でもしてるんですかね。
Like gossiping?
考えすぎですよね。ヘイ！
Whoa! I'm gonna get ya! I splashed water back at Mashiro in retaliation.
しょっぱい。
She cries out as a load of seawater smacks her in the face. The two of us decided to play around in our swimsuits while we wait for her dress to dry in the beach hut.
こっちも負けませんよ。ヘイ！
The sprays of water are pleasant, like they have some magical healing property to them.
最初から借りればよかったですね。
I mean, I can understand why she doesn't want to wear these swimsuit at the beginning. These are pretty skimpy. It's fine. Now we can have as much fun in the water as we want.
はい。
With that, Mashiro splashes more water at me. She truly seems to be having fun, and maybe that's enough to make her forget the embarrassment she felt about the swimsuit. Hiya!
そんな攻撃じゃ当たりませんよ。
I think I actually shouted louder than I meant to during that sound effect. Take this then!
それも避けられます。
Mashiro's smile shines radiantly between the splashes of water.
お返しです。
Whoa! Mashiro uses both hands to splash water at me.
まだまだ行きますよ。
None of that matters if I dodge.
面白そうですね。じゃあここからは真剣勝負です。
I get ready to dodge as Mashiro sinks her hands into the water.
それ！
Water rushes in my direction. However, I jump to the side and dodge. You got pretty good aim.
先輩こそ海に入ったままよく避けられますね。
This isn't deep enough to bother me.
でしたらこれも避けられますか？
Mashiro grins as she sends more splashes my way. Piece of cake. She only used one hand, meaning there wasn't enough water to make it hard to avoid.
まだまだ。
Ah! I thought this would be an easy victory, but it's getting tough dodging attack after attack.
体勢が崩れてきてますよ。
Man, Messiah, you aren't very athletic, dude. I bet your arms are feeling real heavy, Mashiro.
いえいえ、本当の勝負はここからで。
Mashiro plunges her hand into the water to ready another attack. Is that a starfish? Huh? Water comes flying my way, she shrieks. Something star-shaped, which had been mixed in with the water, plops down nearby. What the hell? A starfish? There's a lot of them, what the hell? Do they actually move? I thought they usually stick to the ground, or some rocks. Mashiro continues to splash around in desperation, sending starfish flying in every direction. I now notice that the sea floor around Mashiro is a different color. We must have wandered into a bunch of starfish without realizing. Calm down, Mashiro. They're only starfish. They won't eat you and they're not even poisonous. Mashiro continues to throw starfish in every direction. Apparently, she can't hear what I'm saying in her confusion. I have to get closer to her and calm her down. Mashiro! Ugh! My approach is hindered by splashing water and flying starfish. Just circle around her, Messiah. You're freaking stupid. Mashiro, calm down. It's okay. Hey! Right when I think she's finally stopped launching starfish at me, I realize she's about to lose her balance. I start rushing toward her as fast as I can. I just barely made it. I managed to grab hold of Mashiro's arm before she fell and pulled her upright. Are you okay? Relax, they're just starfish. Mashiro finally takes a calm look down into the water and realizes she's not in any danger. You're in shallow water. What can eat you there? I'm glad I caught you this time. You're not gonna do outdoor sex, are you? Don't do this! This is supposed to be a wholesome episode! At least until we get to the end. Mashiro is so close that I can almost feel her breath on my face. Her lips shine in the sunlight as drops of water roll down her pink cheeks. Our eyes lock, and some invisible force pulls us together. Mashiro.
Senpai.
Mashiro shuts her eyes and...
おお、いたいた。お客さん、服が乾きました。
Thanks, clerk. We've hurriedly pulled away from each other, but it was already too late. That was pretty fast, though.
お邪魔しました。
They must have had a dryer. The guy running the beach hut yelps as he scampers away. Shit. I can feel my face burning up. Sorry, I forgot where we were and tried to kiss you.
いえ、私もしてほしいと思ってましたし。
The events are still spinning around in my head, so I'm not really sure what to say. Well, should probably get changed and head over to the next destination.
はい、そうですね。服も乾いたみたいですし。
We quickly leave the beach, our embarrassment egging us on. Both of us end up solemnly pledging that we won't attempt to make out in public spaces ever again. What freaking lies.
楽しかったです。また来たいですね。
I thought we were supposed to go to the next destination, but I guess it took us this long. Same. How many years has it been since I last had this much fun at the beach? I think, last time I had fun at the beach was... maybe when I was 5 years old, I'm not gonna lie. The setting sun has now dyed our surroundings orange, and the crowd around us is gradually dispersing. Our next destination is one I decided on after coming here for my preliminary inspection. It's a view I absolutely have to show Mashiro. And once I do, I want to reiterate how I feel. Let's get going.
はい。綺麗。それに潮風が気持ちいいです。
Mashiro leans into the viewing platform's guardrail, spreading her arms wide to allow the wind to sweep over her. Night is falling on us as we stand atop the lighthouse on Lover's Cape, which is located on the western edge of Fukuro Island. Lover's Cape, huh? The scenery that spreads before us is second to none. We got her at the perfect time.
はい。こんな夕焼けを見たのは初めてです。本当、今日はいろんな場所に先輩と来れて嬉しいです。
I'm just happy that you enjoyed yourself.
先輩、
Yeah?
ふと思ったんですけど、きっと FC を始めてなかったら先輩とこういう関係にはなってなかったんでしょうね。
True? But you kinda just tagged along Misaki at the start though. Now that you mention it, probably supposed to be that there. If not for FC, she might never have seen me as anything other than that guy who was making moves on her Misaki-senpai. As incorrect as that notion was.
だからモンタッタが恋のキューピッドなら FC は縁結びの神様みたいなものなんです。
The goddess of love, huh? Honestly, there are a lot of people in my life right now that I never would have met if not for FC.
なんていろいろと思い返しちゃうのはこの場所のせいかもしれません。灯台って昼間は使われないですし、一人ぼっちで立ってるだけですよね。私も以前はこの灯台みたいでした。
It does seem lonely, being a lighthouse, standing alone at the edge of the island, looking out over the sea in silence. But now you'd be a lighthouse at night, right?
夜の？
Lighthouses shine brightly to guide ships, and ships use lighthouses as a guide, to lead the way. That's exactly like how you're always guiding me.
いつも私が助けてもらってるような気がしますけど。
Not always. For starters, you helped me get good at Mon-eat. Plus, you helped me get better at serving customers.
それは先輩が頑張ったからです。
You also helped me gain more confidence as a coach. Besides, for as hectic as today was, we visited so many places. And all of that has led us watching this beautiful sunset. I'm only doing any of this because of you, Mashiro.
先輩、
And that's not all. I allow the emotions spreading over my face to push my speech forward. The only reason I'm even considering playing FC again is because of you. The perfectly blue sky you showed me is what saved me. Your desire to bring Misaki back was strong enough to move me. As far as I'm concerned, she's been my lighthouse, my guiding light, showing me the way forward. That guiding light sentence or phrase is reminding me of freaking Kingdom Hearts. I don't even know how many more times you've helped me since then. Simply flying together with you is enough to push me to work even harder. It makes me feel like I can do anything.
本当ですか？本当に私が先輩の。
Apparently, Mashiro is surprised by my words.
でも先輩が思ってるほど私全然すごくないんです。今日のデートだって私一人では何も準備できませんでした。お昼のお弁当もこのワンピースだってみんなを頼ってなんとか用意できたんです。たくさんの人に助けてもらわないと私一人では何もできない。周りのみんなの優しさのおかげで私はここにいられるんです。
Doesn't really matter, as long as you repay their kindness in return.
それなのに先輩はそんな私に助けてもらったって。いつも助けてもらってばかりの私が先輩にそんな風に思ってもらえてたなんて。
Mashiro's voice trails off, as if being absorbed into the sunset. She believes that she can't do anything on her own. That she's only here because everyone's helped her. But that's not true. Mashiro,
はい。
you really are incredible. You accept your shortcomings, then seek out any help you can get to improve on them. That's not an easy feat. It takes incredible effort. Seeing you work so hard is what made me fall in love with you, Mashiro.
先輩。
I don't know, I guess for some people, asking help is a hard thing to do. Mashiro's voice cracks as her eyes cloud over. I pull her into a tight embrace, allowing her to close her eyes. Then, I take her hands, interlock our fingers, and press my lips against hers. The sunset shines through my closed eyelids, giving my dark world a soft orange glow. All I can hear is our breathing and a gentle breeze flowing past our ears. I squeeze down on her hands, and she squeezes back. I can feel Mashiro's warmth through our interlocked lips and fingers. How much time have we spent like this? Time seems to grind to a halt amidst the gentle breeze and warm sunset. No matter how much time passes, we don't move an inch. Experience a wonderful day at the beach with Mashiro. Oh, sorry about that, Mashiro. I was reading what the achievement was saying there. The two of us clap our hands together in thanks after finishing our luxury meal of fresh seafood. I said this right, but this type of room, this type of inn in Japan is super expensive. They are really lucky to be able to experience this, especially in high school. Like, what the hell? We had such a packed schedule today that it was already time for dinner by the time we got to the inn. Botan-san was right. Everything they serve here is delicious.
はい。記念に写真も撮っちゃいました。
She pulls out her phone and shows me the picture she took of the food. It's kinda hard to see from this angle.
あ、じゃあそっちに行きます。
Did her voice change? Why is it more squeaky than normal? Mashiro moves around the table to sit next to me and shows me her phone again.
ほらほら、綺麗に撮れてると思いません？
Yeah, her voice is a bit different. Why is it so far away? Oh yeah, it did. It is a good picture. But I'm more interested in the current distance, or lack thereof, between Mashiro and myself. Naturally, we have to be pressed up against each other to see the same phone screen. You don't really, actually. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
先輩、どうしたんです？上の空ですよ。って、あ、
Mashiro's mouth falls agape as she also notices the lack of space between us.
ちょっと暑いですね。
Don't worry, Mashiro. I already expected there to be an H scene in this route, or in this episode. So, go wild. Mashiro scuttles back to her original seat. Yeah, it sure is. I'll turn up the AC. Right as we enter full awkward couple mode. There's a sudden knock on the door. And Mashiro reacts with an incredibly weird yelp.
まあ綺麗に食べてくださってお口に合いましたか？
Our waitress pays no attention, however, and simply asks for our thoughts on the food.
はい、美味しかったです。
Yeah, see? I don't know why her voice is actually so distant in this scene. It wasn't before. I don't think my, headphones are playing tricks on me. Because my voice on the microphone is the same on my headphones right now. The sashimi was exceptionally good.
そう言っていただけるとこちらも嬉しいですね。
The waitress smiles at us.
今からお布団を敷きますので家族風呂に入ってきたらいかがですか？ちょうど空いてるみたいですよ。
What family baths do you mean?
去年旅館を改装した時にできたばっかりの露天風呂で大変ご好評いただいているんです。
露天風呂、いいですね。
Guess we should go check it out, huh?
はい、ではごゆっくり。
Guess this is the type of inn that actually doesn't have their own personalized hot spring. But they do have an open air bath, okay. So maybe this one is not as expensive. The waitress suddenly leaves the room. Now that she's gone, the previous awkward tension sets back in. Wanna go check out the baths? Yeah, why is she so squeaky? I don't think it's my ears playing tricks on me. There is something wrong with her voice. A nice, refreshing bath sounds good right about now, so we start getting ready. And waiting for us there.
まさか。
Yeah. Is something that just serves to make things even more awkward.
家族風呂って混浴だったんですね。
Duh! What are you talking about? Yeah. I did have a feeling that she meant mixed bathing, but wow. And worst of all, there's only one changing room waiting for us.
今更ですけど、なんか緊張してきちゃいました。
I'm trying to listen to her voice very carefully. We've never bathed together before.
もうちょっと心の準備をしたかったです。
We can go back and do that now if you want.
いえ、もう覚悟はできました。
Oh.
本音を言うと、まだちょっと恥ずかしいですけど。先輩。
Yeah?
ひとまずそっち向いててもらっていいですか？服脱ぎます。
Oh yeah, sure. You're one step too late, Mashiro. We actually already took a bath together with Misaki on her route on the base game. I mean, Misaki got the most H scene in the base game. You can kind of tell that they, like the devs, prioritize Misaki. Even Asuka, I think, only has 2 H scenes. And one of them were just... Or 2 plus 1, because one of them was just that weird thing where Asuka was like sorta masturbating, but also not. It was a weird scene. I really want to sneak a peek, but I do as I'm told and turn my back to her.
本当に入るんですね。
Mashiro is standing nervously in front of the bath, covering herself with a towel. We need to wash ourselves first.
はい。あ、先輩はあっちで洗ってくださいね。
This is such a weird voice. It's still her, I think, but I swear this is a different voice. I'm not crazy, am I? Huh?
体を洗うときはタオルを外さないといけませんから。
Oh, right. Apparently, she doesn't want me seeing what's beneath her towel. Guess it's similar to how she won't let me watch her change.
絶対こっち見ちゃダメですからね。
I sure hope she knows that saying that to a man just makes them want to look even more. Well, whatever. I'll distract myself by getting sparkling clean. I sit down a short distance away from Mashiro and turn on the shower. The warm water pouring over me forces a sigh out of my lips. After a moment of relaxing under the water, I lather up some soap and shampoo. We can't see each other right now, but I'm sure we can hear each other rubbing ourselves all over. Why am I such a horny little bastard? I don't know, dude. Blame the developers. It feels like all of my attention is focused on the sound of her rubbing. Is she done washing up yet? I take a quick look behind me.
先輩、見ましたね。
Huh? Mashiro snaps at me. Guess she's been keeping watch.
心配しなくてももうほとんど洗い終わってます。
Oh, that's good.
もうしょうがないですね、先輩は。
She giggles. She doesn't seem annoyed, which is a good sign. Okay, I'm all done. I rinse myself off and head toward the actual bath. Whoa, it's pretty hot. The heat burns me as I dip my toes in. And yet, I press onward and submerge myself up to my shoulders. My entire being is wrapped up in warmth. Yeah, this is the perfect temperature. The starry Shito sky stretches out above me.
あれ、もう入ってるんですか？
Mashiro's voice travels over from the shower area. Yeah, it's great. The view is perfect.
本当ですか？私も早く洗ってそっちに行きます。
Don't rush. I know it takes you longer than me, since you have to wash your hair and stuff. And stuff, okay.
でものんびりしてたら先輩がのぼせませんか？
I'll cool off before that happens. Don't worry. If I perch myself back up on the edge of the bath, the night wind should cool my body.
わかりました。
I continue to stare at the night sky while Mashiro takes her shower behind me. Did she like change mics or something when she's recording this particular scene? It's so weird. Nothing beats sinking into a nice, hot bath after a day as intense as the one we just had. It feels like all my stress is melting away into the shower. Or, sorry, water. I still kinda can't believe our date ended up like this. I doubt I can ever thank Botan-san enough. The advice I got from Shindo-san and Okoze, when I came to check things out in advance, also really helped me decide where to take Mashiro. While we were at the lighthouse, Mashiro spoke about how many people had helped her, but I'm no different. I doubt anyone is, really.
先輩、お待たせしました。
Oh, come over here so we can... Look at the stars together was what I was going to say as I turned around, but... Huh? Mashiro shrieks loudly, her towel nowhere to be found.
こっち見ちゃダメって言ったじゃないですか。
Wait, that still applies?
当然ですよ。こうなったら、水死体。
What did she say? I actually wasn't paying attention to what she said. What? Did she like jump into the hot spring? That's bad manners. Mashiro cannonballs into the bath.
取り乱してすみませんでした。
I can just censor that part, but I don't know if I should show the scene. I guess we'll see. I can probably censor just part of her chest. Nah, I'm sorry.
いえ、いつまでも恥ずかしがってる私がいけないんです。初めて先輩に見られるわけでもないのに、そう思ってもやっぱり恥ずかしくて。
I feel like I shouldn't show this on YouTube though. This might be a bit too risque. God damn it. I'm not gonna take chances. Sorry people on YouTube. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. It's technically not too bad, but I'll have to like cut this part off. We're both so warm that our kiss is even more heated than usual. You told me you wanted a sweet, gentle kiss.
覚えててくれたんですね、先輩。
Yeah, I don't know if this is actually her voice or not. Mashiro smiles as our noses almost touch. When I touch her hair, which is wet from the bath, it feels completely different from usual. Is it safe for me to actually just use the auto function here? I think it's safe. Boom. So people on YouTube, well, I guess I could probably show bits and pieces of the scene, just not like Mashiro when there's, you know, showing her chest. But yeah, patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. Don't you guys worry though. This, I mean, I guess this H scene is actually not bad. If you guys actually want to see the H scene during this cutscene, it's actually pretty understandable because it's probably like the ending, right? Unless we actually go inside of our room and then have sex again. But yeah, I guess this is a pretty okay scene for me. Are we good? Okay, I think we're good.
眠くなってきました。
Sorry about that. I was going to click on it, but I clicked on it a bit too late. But yeah, we're back, YouTube. After that, the two of us stay connected until Mashiro gets cold and lets out an adorable little sneeze. But yeah, after they had sex, they They stayed together in that position for a couple more minutes. It was alright. It wasn't actually that long. I think that was about 15 minutes. Maybe a bit less, actually. After I cut it for you guys on YouTube. But yeah, I was actually looking at VNDB to see if the voice actor was changing midway through the game, and it seems like this is still the same voice actor. I don't know why. To me, she just feels off ever since we got to this inn. When we get back to our room, we decide to immediately get into bed so that we can get a good night's sleep before tomorrow. Guess it's time to hit the hay.
ちょっともったいない気がします。
Mashiro gives me a small smile.
せっかく先輩と二人きりなのに寝ちゃったら損しちゃう気がして。
Yeah, but the flight back is gonna be awful if we're both sleep deprived.
そうですね。寝ましょう。
I guess that's why we didn't have sex after we came back from the bath and instead had sex there. Mashiro seems disappointed, but she also agrees with me. I turn off the lights, then we both crawl under the covers.
おやすみなさい、先輩。
Night, Mashiro. We bid each other good night, but I'm not the least bit sleepy. I can't clear my mind, not with Mashiro lying next to me anyway. Even shutting my eyes just takes me through the memories we made together today. I was so stressed out about our first date that it practically flew by in the blink of an eye. Stressed out about... I don't think this was our first date. Second date, damn it. I guess he wants to change it so this is the first date in his memories. But that just proves how much fun it was.
先輩、まだ起きてますか？
Oh, yeah. I opened my eyes.
ちょっと寒くて、そっちに行ってもいいですか？
Sure. Come on in.
じゃあ、お邪魔します。
Mashiro squirms her way under the covers to get next to me.
先輩、あったかいですね。
She nestles into my arms and begins to nuzzle her face against me, just like a pampered kitten.
もう一つお願いしてもいいですか？
Depends what it is, but go ahead.
頭を撫でてもらいたいなって。
Sounds simple enough. I gently stroke her hair as asked. There. Who's a good girl? This is so weird, man. Why do you make me voice act this, Messiah? The first time she went cat mode, it took me by surprise. But I just take it as a normal part of life now. Yeah, that's because you guys are weird. Maybe that's just a sign of how close we've become. Sure, man. Sure. Normalize fetishes. Yes.
じゃあ、今度は私からお礼です。
So are you gonna have sex again? I thought we were gonna get sleep deprived. Come on now. You made such good sense. Mashiro pecks me on the neck like a baby bird. That tickles. Not voice acting your laugh, Messiah.
これならどうですか？
Just have sex, damn you. Why are you making me voice act this again? Mashiro leans in, eyes shut, and kisses me on the lips. That's no fair.
どうしてですか？
Because the more you do that, the more I'll fall in love with you. Ah, Messiah, you're really killing me, dude.
だったら、もっとしなきゃですね。
Oh, sorry about that. Mashiro giggles before leaning in again. I pull her back into a hug before kissing her lips, which are hanging open in surprise. I love you, Mashiro. I profess my love for her with not just my words, but my lips as well.
先輩。
Just have sex, damn it. Before long, our soft kisses grow into something deeper.
先輩
Through melting eyes, she stares at me. I sense a suggestion in her eyes and pull her warm, slender frame into a stronger hug. Sorry.
なんで謝るんですか？
We might end up sleep deprived tomorrow after all. Yeah. Whatever you say.
そうですね。
Mashiro giggles as she works out what I mean. Even though I was the one who said we should get to bed early, I'm keeping you up.
そうですよ。先輩は悪い人です。
Just get to it, you two, so that I don't have to voice act this. I can't help but want more of you, though. I say that as I press my face into her chest.
私ももっと先輩を感じたいです。先輩のもうこんなに。
I mean, they even like dressed up Mashiro with the kimono or yukata or whatever she's wearing here. So it was bound to happen, right? Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. Ah, Patreon. You guys are eating good tonight again. Are we good? Are we good this time? Okay. So you guys on YouTube, you just missed like 50 dozen times Mashiro calling us Senpai. It was a pretty alright scene, like, don't get me wrong. As long as I actually don't have to voice act these scenes, I actually don't mind how long these things are. Because like I said, I think the problem I had with the 8 scenes in this game is the fact that I had to voice act them. And because Messiah is just not my kind of main character, the way I had to voice act these 8 scenes are just so weird. But let me voice act the scenes, or not the scene, but the narration here. Eventually, the numbing pleasure recedes, letting me regain control of myself. Mashiro and I are entirely out of breath. We collapse onto the sheets. They accepts us with a gentle thud. Mashiro.
先輩
Jeez, more senpai again. I start spooning her for— What the fuck? Are we not done? She relaxes in my arms.
先輩
Mashiro, are we not done? Mashiro whispers to me. Yeah?
このまま体がどこかに行っちゃいそうなのでギューってしててください。
Anything for you. God, shut up, Messiah. I squeeze down slightly harder.
私のこと話さないでくださいね。
Not in a million years.
ダメですよ。何があってもこのままですよ。
I promise, I'll never let you go. I pet her on the head again. Just promise to stay with me as well, Mashiro.
先輩
Mashiro twists around to face me. Oh my god, they're still going at it?
私も
Okay, thank you.
先輩のところにずっといたいです。
I thought you were actually gonna do something there for a sec, Mashiro. Her hot breath tickles me as she buries her head in my chest. Oh my god, I'm not saying that, Messiah.
先輩好き好き
Her scent and warmth invite a comforting drowsiness. Okay, I think we're good. Whew. We bask in the afterglow as we slowly drift off into the land of slumber.
今日は先輩とのデートの日って先輩隣で寝てるのでどうしてそっかデートはもうとっくに始まってて旅館でご飯を食べてそれからそれよりこの音は先輩起きてください先輩
Yeah. Mashiro gently shakes me awake. It's so dark out. Is something wrong?
それが先輩の携帯のアラームが鳴ってるみたいで。
We also want to see the sunrise together or something? An alarm? Oh, right. Sorry. I switch off the alarm and rub my sleepy eyes as I collect my thoughts. I have big plans in store. Actually, there's somewhere I want to take you right now.
そうなんですか？
Yeah. We'll have to go outside though, if that's okay.
はい。
Let's get ready then.
わかりました。ちょっと待っててください。目隠ししながら飛ぶとこんな感じなんですね。
You okay? Is it scary?
大丈夫です。先輩が手をつないでくれてるので。
I squeezed her hand tighter. We immediately got ready to leave, then started a paired flight toward our destination.
でも最初にこれで目隠しをしてくれって浴衣の帯を渡された時は驚きましたけどね。
He's into some weird kinks, Mashiro. Sorry, I didn't have anything else on hand. We'll be there soon.
わかりました。
I pull Mashiro along as we fly through the dark skies. I'm being far more careful than usual, making sure not to get anywhere near my usual speed. Oh, there it is. We finally arrive over our destination. Okay, we're landing now, so descend slowly.
はい。
Oops. I hold Mashiro upright when she stumbles upon landing.
こんな風にエスコートしてもらえるなら目隠しも悪くないですね。
Unfortunately, the blindfolding ends here.
じゃあもう目を開けたらって状態なんですね。
Go right ahead.
そう考えたら急にドキドキしてきちゃいました。
I'll give you a countdown, then take it off for you. How's that sound?
はい、お願いします。
Oh, sorry about that, Mashiro. I place my hands over her blindfold and begin to count down. 3, 2, 1. Go! Why go though? The final location of our date is located in the southeast edge of Fukuro Island. It's Mount Oninodake. We're far from any artificial lights, so thanks to the clear skies at the peak, we have an unobstructed view of the stars glistening above us.
星がこんなに。私こんなすごい星空見たことないです。
I don't think I've ever seen a lot of stars in my life actually, not even as when I was a kid.
ここってどこなんですか？
Mount Oninodake. Butan-san actually told me about this place.
お母さんが？
She said your dad took her here when they were younger. She seemed really happy about it, even if she did complain about how your dad never planned dates out in advance. When I heard her say all that, I knew I had to bring you here to experience this place.
そうだったんですか。じゃあ私は先輩とお父さんとお母さんに感謝です。3人のおかげでこの星空が見られたんですから。
Yeah. We go silent for a while as we stare up at the starry sky. The stars all seem so bunched up, but they're incredibly far apart on a universal scale. As close as they seem, they're far out of reach. It's kinda like how we were before we joined the FC club. I doubt even our fellow members could have imagined a future in which Mashiro and I became a couple.
先輩、私
God damn it, localization! There was no I there. Right as I finish allowing the sky to drive my thoughts, Mashiro turns to speak to me.
私少し前までやっと努力が報われたって思ってました。やっとみんなに追いついた、追い越したって思ったんです。でも本当はまだまだ人に頼らないと何もできないし、失敗ばかり。道 みんなが一つ頑張ったら私はその倍頑張らないと追いつけません。しかも立ち止まっていたらみんなはどんどん先に行ってしまうんです。そのことに気がつきました。努力は続けないとダメでゴールなんてないんだなって思いました。正直辛いな、ずっと立ち止まってたいなって思ったこともあります。でも置いていかれるのはもっと辛くて、諦めるのはもっともっと辛いです。だから私はこれからも努力を続けたいです。先輩とお付き合いして今改めてそう思います。
Mashiro. She looks at me, smiles sweetly, and turns back to the sky. One thing about Mashiro hasn't changed. From when she first followed Misaki and joined the FC club.
もういいです。じゃあうまく騙してくださいね。
To when she put her trust in me as coach. Even when she cried about how all her hard work hadn't paid off, she never strayed. And that goes double for when she fought to bring Misaki back. Her unwillingness to give up, no matter how much the odds are stacked against her, is something else.
当たり前なこと聞かないでください。こんな時に私を試すなんて何を考えてるんですか。こっちは必死なんですよ。
Another perfect example. Nothing comes as naturally to her as marching ever onward.
努力するってことがです。才能があろうがなかろうがそんなのどうでもいいじゃないですか。
I don't know about that though.
努力が楽しいです。
I feel like she actually has to push herself to do that. FC started off being fun for me, but when I realized how tough it could be, I quit. It was too much for me to handle. But Mashiro is different. I'm sure it was hell for her at first. She truly felt that Asuka and Misaki far outclassed her. And she wasn't even as good as the others her age, like Rika and Okose. She must have had more worries running through her mind than I could ever hope to imagine. And yet, she overcame that, won, and then declared she was having the time of her life. That's what makes her shine so brightly now. You're pretty damn cool, Mashiro.
かっこいいですか。
Yeah.
そう言われたのは初めてですね。なんか嬉しいです。
If you weren't, you couldn't have given Misaki and me the pushes we needed. The pushes. Is that supposed to be a noun? Okay. No one's been as forward-facing as Mashiro. No one else has raced through the sky like she has since that summer day. I better make sure you don't overtake me then.
先輩、私負けませんよ。先輩を好きって気持ちも FC を好きって気持ちも努力して楽しんで先輩に勝ちますから。
Hard work isn't a competition. Though, perhaps our hard work will lead to us facing off in one at some point. However, if that time comes, we'll both greet it with a smile on our face. As long as we don't forget the joy of working hard, we'll be ready to face whatever results comes our way. So...
先輩、ずっとずっと大好きです。
Mashiro includes every last shred of her true feelings for me in her voice. Thanks. I'll love you forever too. Our words melt into the autumn breeze under the vast sky above. But those words will never be erased from our hearts. I swear it now. Mashiro and I will always fly as one. No matter how far we go, that will never change. I mean, it's actually an alright after story. Not gonna lie, it's an alright after story. Like I said, I probably enjoyed it a lot more after finding out about how Mashiro is truly, you know, like, after finding out how Mashiro's character truly is, right? A lot of my issues with Mashiro in the first, or the base game, was the fact that she was just a tail for Misaki. We got to know her more in chapter 4. Well, a tiny bit anyway, and then a lot more during her route. Sorry, I kinda lost my train of thought there. Was just listening to the music. But yeah, it's an enjoyable after story. As long as you know that it's not gonna be about, you know, FC. They briefly mention FC in this one. Vocals, Mashiro Arisaka, so this is Mashiro. Charlie Misaki, that's Shindo-san? The only, like, Western-sounding name. We actually use Unity in this freaking version for the English one? Why? I was gonna say, was there no epilogue after all that? Thankfully there is. A week has passed since our date on Fukuro Island. Sorry that I wasn't really, like, saying anything there. I was just enjoying the story at that point. And it's pretty nice that we get to see that, you know, all the CGs that we saw were going to the photo book. Things have changed a little since then. Not voice acting that. I've had to fill a new position before I start working in earnest. Being Mashiro's taste tester is a pretty exhausting job. Yeah, it was good. You cooked it perfectly. No worries. I'm looking forward to next time. And this is how Messiah gets fat. That actually does happen a lot, by the way. Once you get a girlfriend or once you actually get married, you tend to let yourself go. A lot of my friends, once they get a girlfriend or when they got married, they got super fat. We've got an order for 1 tanuki udon and 1 kitsune udon.
タヌキは揚げ玉マシマシ、キツネはおうどん少なめで。はーい。
Could you help me clean clean table 3?
じゃあ先輩は一番テーブルの方をお願いします。
Will do.
二人ともすっかり息ぴったりね。そんなことないってば。
Oh my god, I don't know if you guys heard that. I think the mic picked it up a bit, but it was thundering like crazy outside. Holy shit.
もしかしてこの間のデートで二人の絆を深めるようなことがあったとか？
Not voice acting that, Messiah.
お母さん。
Not voice acting that, man. I wonder how her dad reacted to that. Not that I have the courage to go into the kitchen and face him.
もしそうならお母さんに詳しく聞かせてほしいな。どこの世界にデートの内容を親に報告する娘がいるのよ。あら、うちの娘がそうであってもいいと思うわよ。
Still not voice acting that, man. It's adorable seeing Botan-san tease Mashiro, but I need to be careful not to get caught in the crossfire. I expected some grilling today, so it's probably a good thing that we're technically in public right now.
いらっしゃいませ。こんにちは。ってみのり？
Oh, you're here. I'm still on the clock, so you're gonna have to wait a bit.
はい、大丈夫っす。今日はお客としても来てますから。オッケーっす。ちゃんと人数分空いてるっすよ。
Osaka turns around and shouts that through the door.
こんにちは。こんにちは。ハロハロ、ひなたくん、ましろっち。お邪魔します。よー、二人ともちゃんと働いてるか？あらあら、みんなで来てくれるなんて嬉しいわね。もしかして何かの集まり？
You know, there was some part of me that still had, like, expectations that Mashiro and Okoze were gonna battle it out. But, I guess, FC is just not gonna be in this route. Damn you, God! But I guess it's okay.
いやー、真っ白うどんでお昼にしようかって話になってみんなで向かってたら、
Just a tiny bit disappointed.
ちょうど偶然ばったりと出くわしまして。だったら一緒に行きましょうってことになったんです。すみません、あまり騒がないようにしますので。大丈夫よ。他のお客さんも常連さんばっかりだし、トッピングサービスしちゃうからいっぱい食べていってね。
What the hell? Free toppings? That actually is what makes udon good! That's insane!
やったー、ありがとうございます。
I'll take like 5 toppings, please.
ありがとうございます。リカちゃんはお肉いっぱいトッピングしておくわね。
Man, they're talking about food again and I'm actually pretty hungry. It's 7:26 right now.
嬉しいです。よかったね、リカ。嬉しい。せっかくみんな来てくれたんだから、二人とももう上がっちゃっていいわよ。
Thank you. I finished cleaning up, then joined everyone at their table.
しかし愛も変わらず二人とも仲睦まじく働いておりますな。
Botan-san, Madoka wants her udon with 100 times the hell spice.
ごめんなさい、マジで謝るからそれだけは勘弁して。
You sure changed her tune fast. Her encounter with the stealth health spice miso stew udon seems to have changed her for the better.
そういえば小坂ちゃんはマサヤに用があるって言ってたけど、何だったの？
ああ、それはっすね。
Osaka trails off as she looks over at me with inquisitive eyes. Let's hear it then.
了解っす。
She pulls some things out of her bag and spreads them on the table.
これって
Pictures I took when we went out last week, yeah.
で私はそのプリントアウトを頼まれてたってわけっす。
Man, do you guys still use like super old cameras or something? It's pretty easy to print them out. Doesn't necessarily have to ask Hosaka.
へえ、スマホで撮ってた割にはよく撮れてるじゃん。
How do you know I took them on my phone?
確か真白から聞いたんだったかにゃ。
そうでしたっけ？
I'm not gonna dig into it now, but they couldn't have followed us, could they?
そんなことより本当によく撮れてるよね。はい、どのましろちゃんもとっても可愛くて、私も一枚欲しいくらいです。欲しい写真があったら焼きましょうけっすよ。
I feel like it's so weird having pictures of someone, of, you know, someone you know, but yeah, I don't know. If you were in the picture, it'd be kind of okay, but I don't know.
本当ですか？じゃあ私はこのひまわりと一緒に写ってるましろちゃんを。それじゃあ私はこの夕日を眺めてるちょっとアンニュイな表情のましろってお母さん、いつの間に。
Hosaka, you promised you wouldn't reprint any of these.
そうでしたっす。失礼しました。あらあら、残念ね。
Actually, I took these for you and the boss. I had them printed out for you too.
そうなの？ありがとう。どういうことですか？
So I guess we're gonna put it inside of the album right now, aren't we? Because technically we haven't done that. It was only on the ending movie. I thought it'd be nice if Botan-san could put these in her photo album of you.
アルバム？どうなの？
Botan-san's got one where she keeps all the photos of Mashiro she's taken, from ever since she was a baby.
ああ、そのアルバム、私も見せてもらったことあるかも。
そうなんですか？私もあるぞ。ありかも。お母さん。ほら、二人とも真っ白と仲良しさんだし、見せておくべきかなーって。ちっちゃい頃の真っ白、可愛かったでしょうね。私も見てみたかったです。そう？じゃあ今からみんなで見る？いいんですか？どう？真っ白。はあ、仕方ないですね。真っ白ちゃん。その代わりアルバムを見終わったら皆さんに協力していただきたいことがあるんです。協力？なんでしょうか？まさや先輩。
Ah, I see. Okay, is everyone ready?
ちょっと美咲、あんまり押さないでよ。見切れちゃうじゃない。
だって狭くて胸が苦しいんだもん。
理解せない。その苦しみを味わったことのない私には。なんだか緊張しちゃいます。みんなで写真って嬉しいね。
Isn't it better to have the picture like outside of the door instead of inside?
そういえば真っ白、ちょっと焼けたな。お前も立派なマグロになったよ。名前も真っ白からマグロに変えた方がいいぞ。ちょっとそこまでじゃないわよ。ね、リカ。ピュッホはピュッホのままでいいと思う。だからピュッホはやめてよ。ほら真っ白、笑って笑って。
I'm gonna set the timer. Right when I go to do that.
こんにちは。
Why the fuck are you here suddenly? This is a random. Shindo-san! What are you doing here?
いやあ、ひなたくん。ひなたうどんっていう見逃せない新メニューができたって聞いて。
That's the one I've been developing by myself because a regular said I should try my hand at it.
まだメニューにも載ってないのに。
風の噂ってやつさ。
This is so stupid. I want to know where he gets his info, but honestly, I'm also afraid of finding out.
ところでみんなで写真を撮るところだったのかい？じゃあ僕はここで。
Whatever you say, Shindo-san.
ちょっと神藤さんちゃっかり日向くんの隣の席に座ったよ。背が高いんだし一番後ろに行ってほしかったっすね。
しかもさりげなくマサヤの肩に手まで。ここに来てまさかのライバル登場。
Not voice acting that, my dude. Okay, I've set the timer.
もうお腹いっぱいで食べられません。
Wait, come on, show us the picture. Don't show me the fucking empty udon bowl.
お肉おいしかった。満足してもらえてよかった。で、この後はどうするんだ？このアルバムの中からそれぞれお気に入りの1枚を選ぶってのはどうすか？それ私にとってはただの罰ゲームだから。じゃあみんなで FC の練習試合をやりましょう。保坂さんの実況付きだとしたら大会さながらですね。
月曜になれば嫌でも練習することになるんだから、もっと楽しいことしようよ。
ほんとぶれないよね、美咲って。
Why don't you act as my training partner next week, Misaki?
それ嘘だよね。冗談なんだよね。
だったら私がマサヤさんに挑戦します。皆さん何言ってるんですか？彼女の私が一番最初に決まってるじゃないですか。
No fighting. I can just take you all on.
待ってるよ、ひなたくん。
Maybe you won't be waiting in Misaki's route, Shindo-san.
面白いじゃん。私も一度本気の日向先輩とやってみたいと思ってたんだ。実戦形式だからこそ見えてくる改善点もありますしね。それなら一層日向マサヤ VS その他全員っていう変則マッチはどうすかね。
Man, I am so excited for Misaki's route tomorrow. Like I said, throughout the whole time I'm playing Mashiro's route, there's this thing, or there's Misaki in the back of my mind. Sorry, Mashiro, but that is just what I'm interested in.
いやいや、それはさすがに日向くん死んじゃうから。なんか無性に飛びたくなってきたぞ。私もです。じゃあ袋島まで競争しませんか？
めんどくさ
最近美味しいアイスクリームのお店ができたのでそこに行こうかと思ったのですが。
い。行くよみんな。
Wait, you're serious?
もちろん私も行きます。私もグルメリポートもジャーナリストの立派な仕事っす。ちょっと置いていくな。私たちも行きましょう先輩。
Yeah.
本気で人を好きになって本気で一つのことに打ち込んでやっとたどり着いたハッピーエンドを何としても守らなきゃって。あっちにぶつかってこっちにぶつかってずいぶん騒がしい夏の終わりになっちゃったけど終わってみれば全部が全部大切な思い出で今の自分がどれだけ幸せかってことを改めて実感するような時間だったと思う。これからもふとしたことで不安になって落ち込んで泣いちゃったりするかもしれない。でもそんな自分のことを少しだけ好きになってみよう。今の私には一緒に悩んで背中を押してくれるみんながいる。周りが見えなくなっちゃうくらい大好きな人がいる。必死になって頑張りたいことがある。それって っても幸せですっごく楽しいだから
Sorry about that,
自分らしく
Mashiro.
前に進んでいこう真っ白な心で
God damn you! I'm sorry about that. I don't know if I actually had to just blame myself or actually the localization on that. Because I thought that she was actually done. Wow, so we didn't even get to see the freaking group photo, huh? It is what it is, though. I enjoyed this after story. It does actually complement the base story quite well. I could see why this is still rated pretty well, like a 7 point something, I believe. I rated Mashiro's first like route in the base game as a 6. I feel like this deserves a 7, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it enhances a lot of Mashiro's personality. Sure, there's not really a lot of like, you know, what I said about the couple. I think last episode about how there's this thing that you have to overcome, right? The word I'm looking for is actually like adversity, right? Like, I guess the adversity for her was actually trying to overcome the fact that she feels like she's not able to do anything without other people. I guess that is her adversity, but you know, like, to some people, that's not something that they feel like is hard to do, right? Oh my god, there's super loud thunder again. Okay, I'm just gonna go, give my finishing thoughts. Overall, it is still a very nice after story. Lots of characterization, lots of fan service in terms of, like, you know, just more dialogue between the characters that we do like. I do feel like the girls play a lot more major roles in this one, but that's simply because there's just not many male characters that are in the cast. Not really because the fact that it's girls themselves. They just need more supporting male characters, in my opinion. But it is what it is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. And of course, people on YouTube, if you guys are not on Patreon just yet, do feel free to become a free member because I'll be putting first episode previews of future playthroughs. And I will see you guys on Misaki's route. Not tomorrow, not for YouTube anyway, but for people on Patreon, I'll see you guys tomorrow.